Did you guys know that my family couldn't afford to go to the beach, so I never actually built a sandcastle in my life?
Really?
This is the first time I've ever built a sandcastle.
Really?
Yeah.
I was in college, I was on a student loan.
I've never painted before in my life.
You've never painted?
Never.
Not even finger paint?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. We're poor children.
I couldn't even afford a proper computer.
Ever make pizza as a kid?
Nope. We were too poor. We couldn't afford pizza. We didn't even have an oven.
And I took whatever job I could get, which was to work in a hot dog stand.
Oh, just because you were brought up rich enough to afford pretzels. Unlike me, I had to put dirt into the form of a pretzel. I was just guessing at it, and it was delicious.
I had to spend a few hours a day doing a job that wasn't that prestigious.
Now, when I was a child, I couldn't afford to do Easter eggs. We couldn't even afford eggs. We had a chicken, but then we had to kill it for our own entertainment.
I couldn't even afford a proper computer that I could record gameplay on.
So we've got an assembly of childhood heroes of ours, those that raised us and kept us warm in the darkest of days. I would only be able to do this by looking in my neighbor's window because we couldn't afford a TV or a house. By neighbor, I mean I lived in the dirt alley outside. I had to peep in. They had a big fence and I climbed over. But one time I caught a glimpse of Rocco's modern life, and that shaped who I am to this day.
I'm very happy that I don't have to worry about paying rent, because that was a huge issue. When Marse came over to Sweden, we could barely afford it.
I've never tie-dyed anything in my life.
Wait, really?
Never, no. I grew up poor. Like, we couldn't even afford shirts, let alone color to paint the shirts.
Every video.
When I started doing YouTube, I was in college, I was on a student loan. I couldn't even afford a proper computer that I could record gameplay on. So I was lucky. I managed to sell some artwork that I made online, and that's how I was able to get started. But shortly after, I quit college, and so I had to get a job. And I took whatever job I could get, which was to work in a hot dog stand. And a lot of people like to take this story as something negative, or like, oh, he did that, or I can't believe he used to sell hot dogs. Now look at him making big bucks. It wasn't like that at all for me. I was the happiest I was at that time because I was finally, for the first time in many, many years, doing what I wanted to do. And the fact that I could make videos was so much more important to me that I had to spend a few hours a day doing a job that wasn't that prestigious. I didn't know you could be big at, well, I know people were big at other type of videos, but there was no one big at gaming, and I didn't know you could make money out of it. So it was never like a career that I just quit college to pursue. It's just something I just love to do, and here we are 5 years later, and it's exploded. And what people, I guess, don't really think about until it's in their face is that I have 9 billion views, and that translates to something. There's ads on my videos. I make money out of those. So whenever it comes out how much I made a certain year, people just get so shocked. And a lot of people also, which I saw, were very, very angry. They thought it was unfair. They thought I just sit on my ass all day and I just yell at the screen over here, which is true. But there's so much more to it than that. And I understand that people just, haters gonna hate, right? I really think that money doesn't make you happy. I am just as happy as I am now as I was 5 years ago. I'm very happy that I don't have to worry about paying rent, because that was a huge issue. When Marse came over to Sweden, we could barely afford it. So I'm happy about that. But other than that, it doesn't change much. To see so many people being upset about this whole thing, it's just sad. I think it's such a waste. I selected some of my few favorite comments just to read for fun. Let's check it out. If only I could get paid that much for being a complete retard in front of a webcam and generate a few million views. All right, I have a very nice camcorder. Thank you very much. I find it funny how someone who yells and plays video games make this much money, when there are people out there who risk their lives fighting for this country, and they get paid hardly anything. With this country, I'm gonna assume you mean America. I mean, yeah, you're right. War is such a better cause that needs more of our money and attention. that it's really worked out well throughout history. So you make a really good point there. Hey everyone, I can scream at nothing. I mean, I scream at games.